Hello and welcome to the Daily Newscast. My name is Abhishek Sengupta and it's just gone past 10 o'clock here in Dubai on the 25th of September 2024. I did, in a spree of excitement, did say 2004-20, knocking 20 years off the current date yesterday, but I beg your pardon. Anyway, this is well and truly inside 2024. We're down to the business end, just about 3 months to go. What's trending this morning? This is the 5 minutes that you spend every morning just to be aware of all what's happening around you. The top 3 things to talk about this morning. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the president of the UAE, who in fact on Sunday evening became the first leader of the UAE since it was formed in 1971 to have a meeting with a sitting US president at the White House. So he met Joe Biden on Sunday evening in his kicking off his official tour to the US, and then he followed it up with meetings with the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, the head of or the National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, and then went to a children's hospital and then followed that up with meetings with the top executives of BlackRock, Microsoft and Nvidia. In fact, there are photos of him meeting Satya Nadella, or the CEO of Microsoft, who recently announced the establishment of a development center in Abu Dhabi. In fact, Microsoft and BlackRock are going to have joined hands with a Mubadala-backed company, MGX, an investment firm, and they're planning to raise $100 billion over the next few weeks, months, and years in a bid to advance AI. So all of that happening, and Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan has been at the center of all those talks. Nvidia, in fact, is also committed to building a climate tech lab in Abu Dhabi, and all of that coming up over the next few years. He also, whilst discussing security concerns in the Middle East with Antony Blinken, tech was one of the major talking points in this official trip. Staying with the US, Joe Biden, in fact, in what was his last address at the United Nations General Assembly before, of course, he steps aside as the president of the US in January. He spoke about the peace and basically the lack of peace in the Middle East. He spoke about how he had furthered a peace treaty with Egypt and Qatar, but that has yet to be signed by both Israel and Hamas. Hamas, in fact, never even attended those talks, and Israel first agreeing to sign the truce, then backtracking because Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, eventually saying that they won't withdraw troops from the Salah al-Din corridor, the Philadelphia corridor, which has been a key sticking point. So he spoke about the ongoing crisis, and as well at a time when Israel has now launched several attacks on Lebanon, escalating into what has now become quite an open war. In fact, it all started with detonation of pagers and radio sets last week, and now it has now blown into a full-on war between Israel and Lebanon, killing almost 552 Lebanese citizens, according to their authorities, and the war goes on in the Middle East. So all of that, in the wake of all of that, Joe Biden did talk about Middle East and the peace treaty that is still elusive as far as Israel and Palestine are concerned. And before I let you go, Coldplay, if you are a fan like me of Coldplay, I won't say I've grown up because Coldplay is relatively contemporary, but I've been listening to Coldplay for almost 10-15 years and now, and I absolutely love it, and I wish I could get my hands on a ticket. The pre-sale goes live later today. just in about a couple of hours from now, 12 o'clock UAE time. On, of course, Coldplay's official website. You would have had to register for that, and if you've registered, then you should be able to queue up and buy those tickets. Coldplay has now officially released certain guidelines which limits every individual to use one single card to purchase up to 4 tickets, because there's been crazy demand. This is part of the Music of Spheres World Tour 2025. Middle East's only stop is in Abu Dhabi on the 11th of January at the Zayed Stadium, which is where Coldplay will be performing next year. But tickets go on sale. The pre-sale go live later today at 12 o'clock. And this in the wake of sellouts happening across all other venues, including India and Mumbai, where tickets reportedly have gone on sale for over 5 to 6 lakh Indian rupees, 35,000, 40,000 dirhams for a ticket, which is just about 200 dirhams. So that is what Coldplay can do. If you can go on to their official website, you can also follow all of this on buzzing.ae and headline.ae, the two websites that we independently run. Thank you for joining me today, and I shall be back again with more news around the same time tomorrow.